Hey guys, what's going on? Today I'm going to be giving you my top 10 favorite Survivor perks in Dead by Daylight. But before I get into that, I want to explain two things. So first of all, I don't know all the perks. So certain ones like Decisive Strike that I know are really good, but they're not going to be on the list just because I don't own them and I haven't gotten to use them. Second of all, this is just my opinion. So obviously this doesn't mean, just because the perks on this list doesn't mean it's the greatest perk, and just because it's not on a list doesn't mean that it's a bad perk. With that said, coming in at number 10 is Sabotage. Now obviously it's not as overpowered as it was when you can just permanently get rid of hooks, but if you use it at the right time, it can save your friends. The reason why it's still this low though is because it's very hard to pull off most of the time, because you have to be close to the person that gets knocked, then you have to sabotage the right hook before the killer gets there. And if it doesn't work out, you just end up revealing yourself to the killer for no reason, and that usually doesn't end well. Number 9, we have Small Game, which is a great perk for countering people who rely on their hex totems. Now the reason it comes in at 9 is because for someone like me who's not good at finding totems, it can be very helpful. But some people are experienced enough to know where they spawn usually, and they don't really need it. Although I haven't used any of them yet, there are some other perks to help you find totems like Detective's Hunch, and you can argue that that one's better, so that's why it still comes in at number 9. For number 8, I decided to go with Dance With Me, because it's a good perk to help you lose the killer, and it can be paired with other stuff like Life or Quick and Quiet, and it makes it even better. And the only reason I think I have it this low is because it's just not as important as some of the other perks on this list. Number 7, we have Alert, which allows you to see the killer's aura every time you break something. And although it's very simple, it's very effective too, because knowing where the killer is very useful information, and it activates quite a few times throughout the match. Coming in at number 6, we have Aftercare, which allows you to see the auras of people that heal or unhook you, or people that you heal or unhook. The auras do reset once you get hooked, but you can still pretty easily get them back. Knowing where your teammates are is very valuable, because if someone needs a heal, you can easily find them. And the other great thing is that there is no range limit, so wherever they are on the map, you can still see them. Coming in right in the middle at number 5 is Kindred. Now Kindred lets you see every survivor's aura whenever somebody's on the hook, and it lets you know when the killer is nearby the hook survivor. And it also gives this effect to your teammates whenever you're on the hook. This perk is great because not only does it let you know when it's a good time to go for a save, but it also helps determine if you're on the hook, which person should go for you, because you can easily see which person is the closest to the hook. For number 4, I went with Iron Will. And Iron Will just simply makes your grunts of pain that you would normally make when injured completely silent. And this is really important because oftentimes when I'm playing as the killer, that's the only way that I'm able to figure out that someone was there. But if I hadn't heard those noises, I would have never known. I only have it at 4, but I really like these perks in the top 4, so the order could easily be switched around. Moving on to number 3, we have Spine Chill, which is a perk that basically just activates whenever the killer is looking your direction within a 36-meter range. And this is really good because against stealth killers, you're not going to know they're there since they don't have a heartbeat, but you're able to see this perk pop up. And even when you're not going against a stealth killer, it's still nice because you'll see it light up before you actually hear the heartbeat. And the other nice part is that when the killer's looking your direction, you get 6% increased speed for pretty much any action. So that includes repairing generators, healing people, opening up the exit gate, and a lot of other things. Anyway, here's a clip of me using Spine Chill to open up the exit gate faster, and it basically saved me because the killer came so close to catching up to me. For number 2, I went with Borrowed Time, which allows your teammate that you just unhooked to take an extra hit for up to 12 seconds. And this is really good because no one likes to get put straight back on the hook right after they just got off, and this prevents that from happening. Finally, at number 1, we have Sprint Burst. Now pretty much every build needs an exhaustion perk in it, and that's why I decided to put this at number 1. And since I didn't want to include all the exhaustion perks in this list since they'd probably take up a lot of the spots, you could also put perks like Lithe and Dead Hard here. Sprint Burst is great because it helps you create distance from the killer before or during chases, and it just gives you a much better chance of losing him. Alright, so that's all I have for this list. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know your opinion on it in the comments, and I'll see you guys next time.